A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant move aimed at revitalizing trade relations, Canada has announced the rescission of its Digital Services Tax, DST, which was set to target major U.S. technology firms. The decision, made public on Sunday by Canada's Finance Minister François-Philippe Champagne, comes in light of stalled trade negotiations with the United States. The tax, which was due to take effect imminently, was described by U.S. President Donald Trump as a direct and blatant attack on our country. The Canadian government hopes this step will pave the way for a comprehensive trade arrangement that benefits both nations. Prime Minister Mark Carney emphasized that the new government's approach would prioritize the interests of Canadian workers and businesses in the ongoing negotiations. The backdrop to this development includes a recent suspension of trade talks by President Trump, who expressed strong opposition to the DST in a Truth Social post. He characterized the tax as egregious and a violation of fair trade principles. The planned tax, which would have imposed a 3% levy on revenue generated by tech giants such as Amazon, Meta, Google, and Apple from Canadian users, was projected to generate significant revenue for Canada. But it also risked escalating tensions with its largest trading partner. The Canadian government initially introduced the DST in 2020 as a response to the perceived tax advantages enjoyed by large tech companies operating in the country. However, in a bid to restore dialogue and cooperation with the U.S., Canada has opted to rescind the tax. Following a phone conversation between Prime Minister Carney and President Trump, both leaders agreed to resume negotiations, with a 30-day deadline set for reaching an agreement. As the G7 Leaders Summit in Kananaskis outlined a timeline for these discussions, the Canadian government is optimistic that this latest move will support a more favorable economic and security relationship with the United States. The rescinded tax would have been retroactive to 2022, potentially leaving U.S. companies with a hefty $2 billion bill. The Canadian government reiterated its preference for a multilateral agreement to address the taxation of digital services, reflecting a desire for broader international cooperation on this issue. The current situation underscores the complexities of U.S.-Canada trade relations, which have seen their share of ups and downs in recent years. As negotiations resume, both countries will be watching closely to see how this latest development will impact their economic landscape and bilateral relations moving forward. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.